What do you think about the movie? Spoil away.
Yeah, it. Yeah, again, it's a wish plot. So there's so many loopholes around it. Like examples, like yeah. So the premise is bad guy Chris Pine. Turns out when he takes your wish, it's at the condition that you forget what it is. You forget what your wish. For me, I can argue if you forget about it, is that even can you even still call it your wish if you don't even remember it? And for one, and there's this if the main character Asha finds out that he's been withholding all these wishes and he's being incredibly selective on whether he grants them or not. His argument is actually reasonable to a certain degree. They just double down that he's the bad guy. He's the bad guy. So his argument is that if I simply grant their wish, I don't know what the consequences will be, which is true. Which you can argue is true. It's like, what if this guy's wish is I want to kill a lot of people? So why would he grant that wish, right? Stuff like that. He has a point. But then the main character Asha's like, then if you're not gonna grant the wish, then give it back. For me, it's like that. That's really vague, because like what's stopping people from remembering or aspiring for new things? Why does he have to give anything back? That's my opinion. But then yeah, they try to answer that a little bit when Asha goes to her grandfather. Hey, grandpa, bad guy Chris is withholding your wish. Then because he doesn't want to grant your wish, then grandpa's like, "Oh, don't tell me what my wish was because I if it's if it's not worth granting, then I don't want to remember it."
Yeah,
It's so weird. It's so weird.
It's dumb, right?
Yeah.
So I believe Asha's grandpa's wish was to inspire the next generation or some shit like that, right?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
and basically he said it's too vague, right? What does it mean to inspire the next generation? What happens if the next generation you inspire becomes like, I don't know, like a totalitarian like regime or like a communist regime? This is just me putting some random shit. He basically
Yeah.
says something along that line. It's too vague.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
specific enough, right? It's not like I want to fly. I want to have a, as an Asian person, I want to be more than a slightly above adequate. So the thing is, like, the grandpa's like, I just want to inspire, and he's like, well, the fuck. It's like I can't grant this, man. This is very vague. Like it could potentially ruin everything. It could be like throwing me over. What happens if like you start there's like some kind of rise up and you throw me over? So basically, like, he does not grant those wishes where they're like so vague and that could potentially cause problems, right?
Yeah.
Was there any other wish that was like that, or was it only the grandpa's wish?
Yeah, they mostly elaborated on the grandpa's wish. I forgot the wish of the mother. There was something, but it's the her. I don't think the writers caught on that the first thing Asha thinks is to retrieve his grandfather's wish back. It's like, even if we take it on face value, right? Like evil Chris Pine, he hoards all the wishes and doesn't return it to the people. Okay, let's make him he's the bad guy. Okay, fine. The first thing that Asha thinks is to get only her grandfather's wish. Didn't you think about getting everyone else's? Didn't you see there's something wrong with that? She only realizes like towards the end, oh wait, he's a bad guy. I need to free everyone's wishes. That's incredible. That's incredibly selfish, man. You only getting the person who's important to you, and so fuck everyone else.
Yeah.
That's
So I believe, if correct me if I'm wrong, I think once you turn 18, you have to give your wish to him, right? Was that it?
you have to. I'm not even then, right? Even then, right? It's like, what's stopping you from aspiring for a new one? That's my thoughts. Why don't you go after? Why is it like? Why is the movie framing it like, oh, this white guy's the only one who can hold your wish, and you're not allowed to wish anymore? That's how I felt. It's the white guy who holds all your stuff, so you can't do anything about it. That's what they're
Yeah.
trying to frame it as.
So basically in the beginning, Asha is like, I'm turning 18, so I'm going to I'm going to be the wizard's apprentice, the king's apprentice, right? She goes up there, and then she's like, it's also my grandfather's 100th birthday, so it would be great if like we were able to, on his 100th birthday, we grant his wish, right? So like when she goes up there and like she's supposedly like get hired, like there's like some kind of interview. It's like, tell me what's something bad about yourself. Oh, I'm too perfect or some bullshit like that, right? Some dumb shit.
Yeah,
It's like, I care too much. It's like, what the
yeah,
fuck?
yeah. I am young and hardworking. You know what's I also laughed at that segment because it's probably what the current employees of Disney said in their interview. That's what I feel. Right? That's what I feel. I think
Yeah,
that's
it's
what
like,
they said, and they got hired anyway.
yeah, it's like so because she's doing like an interview thing, right? So she's like, she's either interning or something like that, and then she was like, okay, would it be cool like if you granted my grandfather's wish? And then he turns around and is like, usually people wait like 6 months, maybe a
Yeah,
year, maybe 3 to 6 months to even ask for the first wish. You asked for a wish on your first day here, and it's for
yeah,
your grandfather. I'm just
yeah,
like, bitch, you're selfish as fuck, dude. Like, what
yeah,
the?
yeah,
You don't
yeah,
care, right?
yeah,
It's like, yeah. So this whole thing was like, oh, because you didn't grant my grandfather's wish, so you're a piece of shit,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Right. And then she basically starts like some kind of like rebellion with 7 of her friends. And it's funny is because the color coordination of them, it seems very familiar, right? Because at the end of the movie, you sort of find out that like, and not just in the end, like throughout the movie, there are actually hints and nods to almost every classic like Disney movie out there, right? So the 3 friends, those are the seven magical creatures, right? So that's your 7 dwarves. So it's like they even call one of them like, I'm grumpy, something like that, some bullshit at the end of the movie. But yeah, the synopsis for this, like they basically go inside and steal these orbs, and everyone has like this wizard holds these orbs, and the wizard grants the wishes based off of what he thinks. And does he grant how many does he grant? Like 14? I remember he mentioned during his stupid song, he says that he granted like 14 a year or something. I don't
Oh, I
know.
don't.
Like,
Yeah, I don't remember anymore. I don't remember the songs. That's
mhm.
it. It's the songs are so forgettable. It's like, yeah, they sound pretty okay, pretty good, but the lines just doesn't stick that you will remember them. It's not like Frozen, right? It's not like Let It Go that up to now you can still hear it in your head. No, no, you'll forget it right away. So,
Also, one per
uh,
month. Okay, okay, okay. So basically, like every month he grants one.
okay, yeah, yeah, I don't even remember, but yeah, he's very, very selective about it. For me, which is good reasons. Like you cannot keep granting it instantaneously, if I may add. They don't
Mhm.
even have to work for it instantaneously. It's like you don't know what's gonna happen because for all you know, you can cause some disaster, which is it's actually a very valid point.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And then later on, she gets pissed, and she's like, "Oh man, would it be great if like people's wishes actually got granted, people who deserves it and stuff like that. Like my grandfather, he's 100 years old now, and some bullshit MacGuffin stuff falls out of the sky."
yeah,
And it's like the wishing star thing. And the thing is that, look, don't even get me okay, I think the character designs are good. What did you think about the animation style, Grae? It seemed,
animations.
yeah, go ahead. What do you think about the animation style? Like, it's not full on 3D. It's like it is 3D, but it has like some effect to make it look 2D-ish. Like if you're paused at a specific spot. Like for instance, let me bring back this image. Right, this could be like a highly rendered 2D shot here. Like even though
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
done in 3D, right? The style sort of reminds me, and the animation isn't that great too. But what do you think about this though? Like overall, in terms of comparing this to like, I don't know, like Frozen or some shit like that.
Yeah, it's not as good in my opinion. It's not as good. And to to think that it's this movie costs 200 million estimate, it's yeah, I'm not seeing it. It's like they've done much better in the past with not that kind of bloated budget. So,
Mhm.
it's okay. It's not outright terrible. It's not like Secret Invasion bad, but yeah, it's like I expected more for a Disney animated film.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
how I
like
can't give concrete details, but that's how I feel.
yeah, like I think Frozen 2 in terms of how it looks, it looks better than this in my opinion. I know this is like, oh, this is the style. the style of animation. But to be honest, every Disney movie in terms of character design looks the same to me now.
Yeah.
They all look the same, man. It's probably like Shi-Yun Kim style. If you guys don't know who that is, right? He's the guy who he worked on Tangled. Like I'm basically friends with his mentor, right? And Shi-Yun Kim, he got super popular. He was a character designer on Tangled. He went over to do a bunch of Disney stuff, and then he got so popular, he was like the lead character designer for Spider-Verse. So like this guy is so good. Like basically everyone's trying to copy his style now, and that's why every Disney movie that's coming out. I'm not talking about Pixar. I'm just talking about Disney proper. And they all look the same. Big eye, small nose. It's all like sort of like carbon copy. But overall, I think the animation style is okay. It's not the greatest, but it just has like a little flourish. But I don't really care anymore. Right? It's not something that's like, oh wow, you know, when first Spider-Verse came out, it's like, oh, this looks so fucking crazy, right? Do you know what looks really cool though? That I like was Puss in Boots, the new one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, The Last Wish. I was gonna bring that up too.
Yeah, that one is really cool.
Yeah.
Now, did you catch like all of the Easter eggs in this in this movie in terms of like the callbacks to different like Disney like you know, like classic animated movies?
Probably not. I probably not. I wasn't probably paying attention to that too.
Yeah. So basically after the fucking star pops up, right? Star pops up, and then whatever the star touches and you know shoots his little like glitter shit on, it either comes to life or it can start talking. So the first thing it touches like a bunch of mushrooms, and starts talking, and then it touches the goat, little goat. I think the goat's named like Valentino or something.
Yeah.
To be honest, the goat is probably the best part of the movie. Is because it probably has the best one-liners and it tries to be funny, and then the star is probably the second best character in the movie. Everyone else is like sort of forgettable, other than the villain. I think the villain is pretty cool, but it's you know the way the villain dies is you know or you know goes away. It's sort of weird too. But so like what ends up happening is that the stars touches all these like crazy like critters in the forest, right? And touches a bear, a deer, a skunk, and stuff like that. And then they all do the singing number. Everyone starts singing. And then the first one that I noticed was the bear like talking to a deer. And then he's like, "Come on, let's go, Bambi." And then he's like, "All right, let's go, John." So John is Little John, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me in the chat. Little John from Robin Hood. So because Little John is the bear, right? The bear, like it looks like Baloo, right, from Jungle Book. So it looks like that bear. So I'm like, what the fuck, Bambi and Baloo, and then you get what's it called again? Later on, the Asha becomes the fucking fairy godmother.
Yeah.
For Cinderella. So that's a race swap right there, right? That's an automatic race swap. I'm like, well, what the hell, right? And then you get the seven dwarves. The fucking king becomes Mirror from Snow White. Yeah, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Yeah, the only reference I probably recognize is Peter Pan.
Yeah. He's like, I want to fly.
Yeah.
Right. So let me actually bring this up right over here. So this is from the interwebs. This is from Beef Juice 2020. And if you look at this, so at the end of the movie, they fucking sing this happy song. Oh, I'm gonna sing. We're gonna sing him away, right? We're gonna use our wishes. I'm gonna sing the bad guy away, and he traps it into his staff. And he likes looking at himself because he's like a narcissist. So he likes looking at himself in the mirror, right? Because there's a song in the middle of the movie where he's talking about like people don't appreciate him, right? Which I do actually agree. Like, yeah, people don't appreciate. I'm granting your wish, man. You don't appreciate me, but you know, I digress. He sings, he's very narcissistic. He's talking about how handsome he is and stuff like that. And the end of the movie, he gets trapped into a mirror. And right as the mirror explodes, it actually has like in one or two frames, it has the drawing of the mirror from the actual Snow White. Like it looks like a mask. So he becomes mirror. He actually says mirror on the wall, right? You have another one. There it is. So that's the Cinderella fairy godmother. Right, she actually gets a legit wand at the end of the movie and stuff like that. So, so she becomes the fairy godmother, and you have Peter Pan right over there, right? She's like, "Oh, I wish I could fly," and some bullshit, right? And then, the goat, according to what I heard, also said, I wish to make a utopia of talking animals, and all of them must wear clothes. And I was like, sounds like Zootopia to me, right?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So like that. So there's like a lot of like callbacks to like that kind of stuff, and I'm just like, man, they're really trying, like right here. Feels like Disney is trying harder and harder every day to make Disney brand connected to characters opposed to producing anything fun, whimsical, or thought-provoking. Yeah, it's like pretty shitty writing, right? Right over here. When he wanted to launch a princess line of merchandise, Roar argued that it was inappropriate to portray and market characters like Cinderella, Snow White together when in fairy tales they inhabited separate worlds and never knew each other. Yeah, so that's what Roy Disney wanted, right? But they're like, fuck him, he's dead. Right? Who gives a shit about Roy? Who cares about him? You know? But yeah, it's pretty it's pretty evident, and that they're basically trying to tie all this shit together. Now, the reason why they're like, oh, that, the characters are very simply designed is because it's we want it to be like that. It's actually by design. We actually want it to be, because so we can market toys. And a lot of people are like, oh my god, the star is so cute. This is the first time a star actually did any kind of cool animation and stuff like that. No, it fucking wasn't. Grae, earlier this year, there was a movie that came out, made over $1 billion, that had a star in the movie. And that star was awesome. Do you remember which star it was?
Mario?
Yes. It was Mario. The sort of like the one who's like, we're all gonna die, right? So I'm gonna go to Krista Nova's what's it called, tweet right over here. And it's a Disney movies aren't original anymore. Yeah, this looks very similar in terms of like design. Right? Like it's like it's very simple, but it's what happened, man? Like, but like I'm sad, but I'm also right. Yeah, Dave says the goat creates Zootopia. Now here's the thing though. My question is that, did the goat eventually wish for everyone to die? Because in his world, there's no humans. Right?
Oh.
Right? So like did he end, was there a animal uprising? And he kills all the humans, and then right? I don't know, man. But yeah, and yeah, it's just at the end of the movie, like, it's, to be honest, this movie is very forgettable. Yeah,
Yeah.
all the men are basically bad guy, and the king was like, oh, I'll grant your wish if you can find the person who activated the star. I will grant your wish. And the thing is that this star right over here, this yellow one on the left, is actually the star that Pinocchio wishes on. So when you wish upon a star, that's a star. Yeah, it's sort of like, why does everything have to be tied into one another? Right? Why are you doing that? Right? Let's see. Anonymous says Phil's dad, Ing, the merciless on film that found this film disgraceful, especially for 100th anniversary. Disney has become a laughing stock with their reverse Midas touch. Yep, it's not good. It's not good at all. And I don't know. It's like, I know there was a post-credit scene, but I didn't even watch it. I didn't care.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah,
I didn't know.
I didn't know either. Like, but I didn't, like, I found out after, and the people were like, "Oh, there's actually a post-credit scene." No one's actually going to stay around that long. The movie felt like it was 3 hours, man.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, and it's basically like you said. It's like the member berries of movies. It's like, hey, remember this? Remember that shit? And I don't know. Did what other shit that, like, we completely forgot about that was in this movie that you hated?
Yeah, it's I don't know. Yeah, you mentioned earlier, right? The realization that they could have done shit all along with, they never needed the white guy to begin with, so they just sang him to death. It's like it's so weird, man. Or we could have just sang and his magic was obsolete. I don't know. It didn't strike. It didn't stick the landing, in my opinion. It's so weird. And yeah, of course, white guy gets dethroned. He gets exchanged by strong female women. That's what happens. So the queen, yeah, the queen, right? The queen takes his place, and yeah, Asha becomes the fairy godmother. Completely unearned too.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, you're just gonna be, you know, the fairy godmother now. I'm like, oh my god. So switching up everything, changing up everything, and yeah, overall, the animation was subpar in my opinion. I don't know, Dave. What do you think? Right, like I know you're still in the chat, but like what do you think about the animation? Right, but I wonder if they're gonna go back to 2D. Right, like that's the thing. I wonder if they're gonna go back to 2D. Is because they're churning out a lot of these 3D stuff. Look, and I know 3D costs more upfront, but it's cheaper later on because you don't have to redraw every freaking frame or anything like that. It's because all you need to do is just do fucking 3D shit. You just, you know, rig it and model it, and you're good. But I don't know. Like overall, I think the movie was just really bad. And yeah, it was pretty damn woke. Like the wife, the queen betrays the husband. Right, one of the dumb white guys that's a part of like the was Asha's group betrays them because he wants his wish being granted.
Yeah.
And yeah, this movie was very forgetful if you think about it. The only thing that I'm bringing up are like the Easter egg stuff.
Yeah.
But let's see. Okay, Dave responded, says it was stylized. The problem, it was stylized in a way that no one liked. Yeah. Now here's the thing though. Like you said, Grae, a lot of the songs are pretty forgettable. I can't even name one like verse from the songs.
Yeah.
The reason why I remember like the Chris Pine version is because he was talking about no one respects him. No one, you know, values him for what he did and stuff. Right. It's just the songs are very, very forgettable. Like I'm trying to remember one.
I cannot either. Not even one.
Yeah, I'm trying. Now here's the thing. I remember going into watching Frozen. I think the songs like Life is an Open Door. I think that's one of the first. No, Do You Want to Build a Snowman? That's very catchy.
Mm-hmm,
I think that's very, very catchy. Life is an Open Door, which is the one where Anna says we're gonna have sex. And then that one is pretty catchy. And then you hear Let It Go for the first time, and you're like, whoa, that song is good. Song is really good, right? And of course, it's sang by Broadway singer Adele Dazeem, Adina Menzel, right? And like you hear that song, you're like, wow, it's real. And the worst song in that movie is probably the one, The Trolls, where it's like you're nothing but a quicker, bicker, upper bounty, whatever. Remember that song where the trolls are singing to her?
I think so, but I don't. Yeah, I need to hear it again. I think I'm interpreting.
See, but the thing is, I think what's it called again? Let It Go is probably the best song. Yeah, and then you also have the Snowman one with Josh Gad. Like that's sort of memorable, but like this one, I can't remember jack shit. Right? Like even in a movie that you probably only seen once, like you probably still remember that song. Like Entangled, that one has some good songs. Like I think what's it called again? The one where with all the light, the lanterns. No, I think that was pretty good. I think it has like 2 or 3 songs that's pretty memorable. Like you can sing along with it. Like let's go all the way back to Lion King. You know, like I Just Can't Wait to Be King. Extremely like memorable. You can sing along with it, right? Because the chorus is fun. This one is just is very forgettable. Like Jeremy John says, it's like T-1 day you forget this movie. Yeah, see, Dave says CG has higher upfront costs and takes months. 2D animation, they can just start immediately, so costs are balanced over the entire movie without major spikes. Okay, that does make sense now. Yeah, because I know like the rigging spike and whatnot, the rigging, the modeling, the animation, stuff like that, texturing, that costs us a lot. See, I missed the still animations. Yeah, Fixer Upper. It was about how Kristoff was pretty much raised by wolves well trolls, but they hope Anna still likes and loves him. See, there it is. Right? That one, at least I still remember that one. But I can't remember any I don't even know what the songs are called.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Now,
I think I kind of remember one where they
Which one?
describe the town's name is Rosas, right?
yeah, I think Rose,
Yeah,
Rosas or Rose or something.
yeah.
Yeah.
That is what it's like to be in Rosas, something like that. That's the thing. That's the only one I remember.
Yeah.
Tiny
And
bit.
was there one thing that you liked about this movie? Say one thing nice about this movie.
I already did. It's better than the Marvels.
Okay. I would say I think Chris Pine was pretty good as a villain.
Yeah. It's just that his character was done dirty, but his acting was pretty good. Yeah.
You know what's funny? Back in the day, people were saying like which Chris is the best, you know? They always say Chris Pine is the worst Chris. But now people are saying, of course, I'm talking about when I say people, I'm talking people like on the left and something like that. They're saying Chris Pratt is the worst Chris now because of Chris Evans, Hemsworth, and then you have Chris Pine, and then you have Chris Pratt. So Chris Pratt's the worst now because like they just don't like him. But yeah, I'm. This for me. This was a waste. It's very very forgettable. You know what's going on? Sean Hale, Project Eggroll. What's going on, dude? Yeah. So now. This movie I do not care about this movie. Would I watch it again? Would you watch it again?
No, only to make a video if I want, but I don't want to. That's it.
You spend that time playing JRPGs and watching anime?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, much more productive.
Yeah. And the thing is that like if you think about it, this town was actually in a good state before Asha.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Everyone was well provided
everything
for.
Up.
Yeah. Well, there was no reason for them to rebel, right? It's like, I forgot my aspirations. So I'm gonna rebel and break the system. That's already good. Everyone's well provided for. It's so dumb, man.
Yeah, it's like it's basically if you think about it, it's sort of like an anarchist kind of thing, right? It's sort of like we don't like who's in charge, and what you're doing is awful because you're not granting, you're being selective on the wishes that you're granting. So we're gonna tear it down. We're gonna tear it down with the patriarchy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. Because like they crank up the full white is a bad guy to the max.
Yeah, don't trust hot, good-looking men.
Don't trust handsome men.
Yeah, do not trust handsome men, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it just basically feels like that this person she's like, oh, I'm oppressed. I'm a person of color, and you're not granting my 100-year-old grandfather's wish, even though he's probably gonna die the next day of old age. And just because you're not granting it, I'm going to destroy everything you have, everything that you built.
Yeah.
And the fact that you've been granting people wishes for a long time now, even though you've done a lot of good stuff, I cannot forgive you for this one thing because you don't grant my grandfather his wish.
Yeah,
so I'm going to kill you.
Yeah, if you think about it, right, the way they portray the wish of the grandfather, it's just him playing a guitar, having people. Well, I mean, why don't you play the guitar even without that whatever wish Orby has? You can play the guitar. What's stopping you from playing the guitar? Right?
Yeah,
it's so weird.
It's very weird. Let's see. Guy says, when you can only create perfect female characters, the white male characters, of course, turn out more interesting. Yeah, he's actually more interesting. Like, it's because he actually has a conflict. It's like he has to think about what wishes are good for his the kingdom, the people and for his people, right? But they ended up a woman of color ended up killing him.
Yeah.
Would I let my son watch it? No, absolutely not. Right. And it's not because it's woke, it's because it's boring as fuck.
Yeah, it is.
Right. Let's say this movie is one of the wokest movies ever, but it's extremely entertaining. Right. Then we might let him watch it. But overall, but you're factoring in this movie's boring and has woke shit. And it's just like, no. It's I rather have him like watch like old school Sesame Street when it's not woke, you know, because current day Sesame Street is woke as hell. I wouldn't let my cat watch it. Oh shit. See, Zombie Squeak says I could see it as being robbed of one's free will or agency, but it's never framed.
Yeah,
that
it's
way.
never framed that way. It was never said that way.
Yeah.
He just takes the wish, but it doesn't say that they are robbed of free will. So what's stopping them from developing it or making a new one?
Yeah. Like, wasn't there later someone talked about like, oh, I forgot, because when you give your wish to the king, you forget your wish. How about if you want to make a new wish? I believe one of the crowds were like, can we like think of a new wish to replace our old wish because we forgot what it was already? And then he was like, he gets really, really mad because everyone starts asking him a bunch of questions, right? So he gets really, really pissed off. He's like, silence. You know, like,
Yeah.
if you guys can find the person who rebelled, I'll grant your wish. Right. And he basically, it's like a lot of these, like you said, the wish like storyline is very like the genie, the kind of genie wishing. Like it's very, very, there's a lot of loopholes. Right. And it's only sometimes that you can do it well. Like Aladdin did it really well, the original one. Right. Even what's it called? What's the Shaquille O'Neal movie that he was the genie? Is it Kazam? That movie did it well. Right? But yeah, it's just this one Wonder Woman 1984. Just so much plot holes and like different, like it's like plot devices that is just really, really bad. See, Grandpa probably has no intent, never picked up a guitar before, but wants everyone to listen and enjoy. He basically wants to be a bard.
Yeah. Yeah, he wants to be a bard instantaneously. He doesn't want to earn it. He doesn't want to work for it. That's basically what the movie's trying to say.
Let's see. Capitano says, remember when these movies used cultures to use for reference for part of the world is wish based upon? I don't know. Like they all look like I have no idea. Let's see. Wish.
I think the start said Mediterranean.
Yeah, I think Mediterranean, right?
Mediterranean Sea, in the middle of the Mediterranean Sea.
Let's see. Does this say? But yeah, I probably Mediterranean. I don't know. Based off of the names and the fact that some of the characters have like different accents, like it's not. And the thing is that when Asha sings in different songs, her voice sounds different. Like in one of the songs when she's singing about like her town, it sounds different, and then she's singing in like a different part, it sounds different. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like we need you to sound like a foreigner. You know, I don't know. Yeah, Kazam, yes. Kazam, an all-time classic, one of the movies of Kazam was fun. I actually like Kazam. Grae, have you watched Kazam with Shaquille O'Neal?
I think probably not yet.
Yeah, it's very old. It's like in the 90s. It's like when Shaquille O'Neal was like, I believe it was either when he was starting in the Lakers or before he was in the Lakers, like when he was still in Miami. But yeah, yo, what's going on, Johnny? How's it going, dude? Let's see. It was supposed to be set in Spain, but I forgot what time period. Okay. Yeah, by the end, it sounds like Portland. Well, see that, like, I'm assuming a lot of the people who probably wrote this movie was like, oh, wouldn't it be cool by the end one of the characters overturns the government and replace it with a woman and make her lame and gay?
Yeah.
Like basically the queen sort of takes over, right? The queen takes over, and because the queen is smarter than the king. Wait, so does the queen grant wishes now, or?
Yeah, that's what I
remember, man.
Yeah, they didn't make it clear, but it's I think the queen it's basically takes his place, something like that. But it's not. But I think they removed the concept of her taking the wish. I'm not sure. It's not clear. They didn't make it. It wasn't explained properly.
Yeah, like the thing is that I know that he has magic powers because he can actually grab stuff by like sort of like Doctor Strange. He'll like grab stuff from off the wall when he's reading a book or something like that, right? So
yeah,
like I've never seen the queen do it. Maybe it's in like his genes. Maybe it's just like a family lineage thing where like he's the one who's able to like control like the wishes or something like that. But yeah, it was never really explained. Yeah, so a white man creates wishing granting system, then a black female decides it belongs to everyone but him. Basically.
Yeah.
Basically, she says, if my grandpa can't have his wish, no one can. Right? Because I think he's the only one who can grant the wish.
Yeah.
Right? And they're sort of like, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, he trained for it. Remember, he at the beginning, the narration was he trained in the ways of magic to be where he was. So I was like, yeah, hard work is not valued in this movie. It's like everything should be granted to you in an instant.
Yeah. Let's see. Doesn't he like grant wishes with a boombox or something? Yeah, I think Kazam uses a boombox. I forgot. I remember like he wanted like free food or some shit like that. Like he wanted food to fall from the sky. Like that was like stupid. It was a stupid fun movie. And at the end, like one of the bad guys that wanted Shaquille O'Neal to grant him his wish, he fucking grabs him and turns him into a basketball and dunks him down a trash can. He fucking dunks him down like a fucking waste disposal, man. Anyway, sorry. That was a random ass movie, man. It was a random ass movie when I saw it as a kid. But yeah, overall, don't watch Wish unless it's free. Like I would say, if you guys already have Disney Plus, or you guys, sail the high seas to go find it somehow, watch it there. Do not pay for it. Yeah. It's not worth it, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. But I'm not going to stop you if you guys want to waste your money. Right? Yep. You guys want to waste your money and waste an hour and a half of your time, And the thing is that, there are people who want to buy popcorn and stuff like that. But yeah, Wish, I don't know, what would you give it? Like 1 out of 10 or 0 out of 10? Is this better than Little Mermaid though? Right, as a Disney princess movie.
Okay. I'm grateful for the Wish because now my list is complete. It's like because if I have 5 best movies of the year with 3 honorable mentions, now I have 5 worst movies and 3 honorable mentions, and Wish is part of that honorable mention. So I still think Little Mermaid's worse.
Oh, yeah. Damn. That movie was 2 hours and 27 minutes.
Yeah.
That was a long ass movie. Holy shit. That movie was long. Yeah. Okay. So it'll be cool. Yeah, go ahead. Do you want to say it now, or do you want to actually make it into a video? That's up to you.
I plan on having our editor do my top 5 best and worst of 2023. I'm not sure if you want to chime in too.
I'll probably give you. I'll probably it could be probably like a curated thing between both of us, and then we can decide. Hey, what do you think about this? This is mine. This is yours, and stuff like that. And then if we agree, and then we can make it like a, we can do this together. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. Because I have my list already in my phone. I check on it every time we go live. It's like, oh yeah, I think this movie's better than that movie. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I according to my rankings, Cocaine Bear is better than Wish.
Really? Oh shit.
At least Cocaine Bear is not woke. As much as it's a bad movie, it's not woke.
That's actually really funny. Okay. Yeah. True. Right. What did Donald Trump say? Everything woke turns to shit. Mm-hmm. He's not wrong. But yep. We can. I don't know. If something else comes up, we'll talk about it. But as of right now, that's all I can remember about the movie. Right. The only thing that I can remember was just the Easter egg stuff. Did I even, Grae, did you even laugh at any of the jokes in the movie? There's probably one I'm I went, huh. I think that's about it.
Not for me, not even. It's I know I said I've been watching a lot of anime, and one of the animes I'm also watching is The 100 Girlfriends Who Really, Really, Really Love You. I laughed in the very first episode. I laughed so much in that anime, more than anything that Disney ever turned out this past year.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm trying to see what I laughed at. Okay, there's one time where they're trying to like sneak or like disguise themselves so they can get into a specific area. I don't know what the fuck it's called now. And the star like had a mustache, and that's about it. I think that's the part I'm like, huh. That was it. I don't remember laughing in any of the part of the movies. Like, there's a part where it was like they I think she turned one of the fucking things into like a cart, and it's like running on the top of like this, it's trying to like traverse into the castle or some shit like that. And for some reason I had headlights, and then there's a deer was like, oh no, like, oh, huh. Yeah, deer in the headlight. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, funny. Right. But like it's like not funny. I didn't find it funny like at all. I find it very boring. And maybe kids will like it. I don't know. Like, I did hear a couple of chuckles here and there and stuff like that. For some reason, there are some people who clapped at the end of the movie.
Yeah,
that was very weird.
Yeah,
Maybe they clap when it's over. I don't know. Because yeah,
it's finally over.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Thanks for checking out this segment of the Project Eggroll podcast. If you like what we do here, please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and you will know next time when we go live. We do go live every Saturday at 8 p.m. Once again, we are just getting started. Tons of more video to come. Thanks, and we'll see you guys next time.